Welcome back to the... Hey, shut up.
Travis, you want me to do this? Welcome back to...
Why don't you host today?
Perfect. Yeah. Welcome back to Off the Clock. And
No, it's not called Off the Clock.
It's OTC.
Welcome to OTC. And
no, OTC After Hours.
Oh, right. Welcome to OTC After Hours.
Not OCC, OTC.
I said OTC. My
It sounded like
enunciation's not
C.
great.
You got to enunciate into the microphone.
Welcome to OTC After Hours. And today
Podcast.
Oh, God.
That's all right. I'll do it. I appreciate your help, though.
Anytime.
And now,
This is OTC After Hours, where entrepreneurs unwind, talk real, and grow together.
welcome back, everyone, to the OTC After Hours podcast. We have new people again. I think I said that last time, but it's amazing. New people. Let's all introduce ourselves, then we'll get into the topic.
Okay. I'm Captain Austin. I own Marine Rescue CDA. We do marine towing and salvage in North Idaho and Washington, Montana, and Oregon. If you need us, if you break down on the water, come get us. We'll come get you.
Come on down.
Yeah, come on down. If your boat needs rescued, we'll come save you.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah.
Hey, pal. Trade Prince here. I'm a warehouse grunt, but I'm also working on making ceramics for pipe tobacco. But you'll call me Sam the entire time. We're friends here.
Sam, I am.
I am.
Ooh.
Sam. I am.
We love Dr. Seuss here.
Yes, all the rhyming.
Oh, man. And I'm Michael. I'm with North Star Seafoods, and currently we're a wholesaler that goes to retail, so grocery stores and restaurants as well, going from middle of the road to white tablecloth. We primarily focus on our customer service, competitive pricing, and great quality. And it's known as the freshest fish company this side of the Cascades. So check out your local restaurants, and I bet you we service them.
Do you have any black tablecloths?
I would say, maybe they use it as a decor type of deal, but, go to Beverly's and it's like a different shade and it's not white, but it is phenomenal there. Do try their king salmon. It is also known as the Wagyu of the salmon world.
I hear they weave gold into their tablecloths up there.
I think they do, but also during restaurant week is a great time to check out a lot of restaurants as well. And, like Tony's on the Lake, they're starting to get back into their rhythm with summer opening up too.
And do you catch all the fish personally, or?
I don't personally, but I work with the fish as well in the cut room, and then I do my sales side of things and billing, coordinating. So it's been a phenomenal experience, and being able to try our product as well and being comfortable about saying, hey, this is great product that you're getting. So
it's always nice to believe in what you're selling.
Yeah.
I always appreciate that. Like when you actually have something that's primo.
Exactly.
That you can just try it.
Just try it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it is halibut season too. So, I try and get it out to the yolks, and our fillets are like 10 pounds, and they're probably about maybe 1.5 to 3 inches thick.
Wow.
And it's just phenomenal, and you have to cook it right to where it's not too dry, but you have like moisture and
size matters.
Yeah, size does matter. Yeah.
Fish steaks. I like it.
Yeah.
What I like to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, see some of the barn doors that we get in, with the whole halibut, it's phenomenal. Like we've had halibut that weigh more than I do, and I'm 140 pounds, so yeah.
And I'm Travis, your host. I do appreciate your introduction, though.
Yeah,
I asked you questions in your defense. I was curious.
Hey, it's fair. Questions are what lead to answers, honestly, and there's never a wrong answer.
That should be on a shirt.
And great conversations, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
How does one have a podcast without questions?
Or answers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, why don't you introduce the topic?
So the topic we're going over today is the real cost of freedom as an entrepreneur, and what steps it takes to get that freedom and what hard work you have to put in.
Dude, first try. It's amazing. I always just make up something on the spot because once the meeting's over, it's like out of my brain.
Yeah. Remember that time you called me, like, what was it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
I was
What
like,
did the person say?
I'm like, the fuck?
Let's go over overall impressions of the meeting. Like I know I remember what I said because I'm kind of a narcissist.
Okay.
I listen back to the podcasts and I skip over everyone else's and I just listen to myself.
Good.
Like the sound of my voice.
Oh,
You should totally become a voice actor then.
true. But your voice is like a warm glass of milk, so you know.
Nice.
Maybe he should
Nice.
read bedtime stories then. Do like a yeah.
Get some
What-
chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or being a really mid anime.
Yes. Sam, what did you think of the meeting?
I liked it. I always enjoy every meeting. But as a person who really doesn't have a business yet and I'm just trying to get my feet wet, it's one of those where I feel like it was the most actionable for me compared to a lot of the other ones, because other topics like finding the right people for your business, I don't have a business, so, you know.
Someday you could have that.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
were to
And-
grow enough.
And that's
I'm not, yeah.
short kings rise up. But
He's a shower, not a grower.
Oh gosh.
what, the guy in
Oh.
pink sunglasses and a fur cowl?
What is happening?
Showman?
It's like having Nathan on, and he's not even here.
Yeah.
We
He's
carry
very
the spirit.
He's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
the
we
aura.
we've summoned
is here.
Nathan.
Yeah, I might not be the coolest, the funniest, or the humblest, but I do have more aura. Let's put it that way.
No, that's really good though. That's really good that it was something that you could relate to as far as you're in the planning stages. You're hearing like you're at that point where do I have what it takes? You
Yeah.
know, hearing some of those struggles. I mean, even next week we're literally just calling it like SOS. Like, what are you struggling with right now, and what have you learned? And trying to make a topic that isn't so guardrailed into the inspirational talk, but more so like a live just conversation,
Yep.
which I think is really cool because we always try to do that, but to have it be just the topic and you never know where it's going to go. And I kind of like that unpredictability in the off the clock meetings. So
Yeah.
Austin, what did you think?
I think it was very informational. I know that like Brad was talking about like taxes and what to write off and like what to move forward and just learn about more about the building. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I'm going to be honest.
I really, I remember as the topic, or as we got further in the conversation, whoa,
What's that mean?
No, that was me. I need to put this on
what do
D&D.
you guys here? That was exciting.
Well, when you have
Vibration.
two phones, it's a struggle in the
And
pocket.
I was about to say something really profound, guys. Come
My bad for the interruption. You know?
Return to profoundness.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me summon it.
How's it?
Yeah, just what it takes to how far you'll push, what you'll do, because so many people get that analysis paralysis when they are getting ready to get into business or they get beat down enough times. Like, you have to be willing to sit in the discomfort of running a business, the discomfort of not just having the immediate satisfaction, because it is a long, long road to success most of the time. Some people get lucky. Some people are at the right time, right in the right place. But you have to be willing to put yourself in the position to succeed, and you have to always strive for where you think your value is and where you think you could go, and push. Because if you're not willing to have the late nights or
Yeah.
work your ass off when it's time,
Yeah.
then opportunities will pass you by. You can't just sit around and wait for the opportunity to fall in your lap. You have to put yourself in the position to receive that blessing.
Yep.
I mean, it's like times in my life when I've been struggling and trying to get through to a better place, and I was always like kind of accrediting it to like, I feel so blessed right now. And my friend like told me like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you're blessed. Like, you worked for this.
Yeah.
Like, you set that goal and you worked your ass off for months like not sleeping, just totally stressed. Like it's do or die right now. And I did that thing and I achieved what I wanted and I got the best possible scenario because I set that goal and didn't give up until I achieved it. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you can call it blessed, but be proud of yourself. Don't just feel like you're lucky.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was pretty profound to my friend. I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
And you know, in that moment when you can finally breathe because you've achieved something, it's a special feeling. And I think that people should take the time to pat themselves on the back, but then see how they got there so they can share that knowledge with other people and then do it again and replicate.
Mm-hmm. I thought the meeting was wonderful because I'm at the state of my life to where it's like I've worked for a lot of people, but I want to have that freedom. I already have the plan for a business, but it's at the large idea. And I know with the next meeting being SOS, it's going to help me out because I need to backtrack to where it's like, where am I going to be when it comes to point A through D, essentially? Mm-hmm. And it's cool because everyone there, they've put in the time and energy, the hard work, you know, losing their social life, being there for the late nights and just running with it. And they saw the failures, they experienced it, and they were like, how can I make this better? And the time and dedication is really where the success comes into play. Mm-hmm. But I feel like another driver of it is when people tell you no. And a lot of people that get that no, they're the ones that are the dreamers and they do it. Like, look at Lamborghini. He got a no from Ferrari and he made a great company. Pagani, same thing. He wanted a car made out of 100% carbon fiber. Lamborghini said no, and then, you know, it just keeps going from there. And having that persistence as well, like Ray Kroc, what a great example. And he made a multi-billion-dollar company, even though, sure, some things weren't ethical, but, you know.
That's kind of business.
Yeah, and, you know, you got to have that great business ethics as well and know your demographic as well and see how you can get this business to spread out, essentially, too. Yep. So
yeah, I was just talking about Ray Kroc and his story with a couple people over the last couple days, just because I watched the movie they made.
Yeah,
and it's just crazy because he had done so many things. He had like pursued so many dreams, but he was still just at that level of discomfort. None of them actually panned out the way he wanted them to, and he was so frustrated. And then when he saw. He had the vision of what McDonald's could be.
Exactly.
He did not let anything get in his way. Yeah. He did anything it took. Yeah. Moral or not. Like no one would stop him from succeeding. And when I watch that movie, I try to like gauge how far does he go before I say I wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And it's an interesting experiment, right? Because he knows what the right thing is. And he's working with people that will not do what they need to do to succeed. They don't have the vision like he does. He knows exactly what needs to happen. And then he reaches a point where he's so frustrated that they won't do what it takes that he just takes control.
Exactly.
I mean, he just decides, fuck him. Like, I will make this succeed because it was his last shot. He put his house up for it. He put everything into it. He believed in the vision because it was such a good idea, and he knew it would succeed. But
I feel like you have to be a really personable person to have a business. I mean, at least I feel like you'll succeed more when you are, because like especially with a lot of businesses are customer service based. So having that knowledge and how to work with people, I mean, then having the connections, because my business thrives on that. Working with different marinas and different insurance companies and different, just having that respectable professional look, not just because you want to make the money, but just because you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
And then, you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah. I try to wear my heart on my sleeve and just show how much I care about like passion and intentionality across the board, whether it's with Off the Clock or marketing agency and that communication. I think that showing you care above all else is really, really important. Business can be brutal though,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to fighting for what you want.
Yeah.
And that example of what he had to do, it's wild. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could take it to that level where I don't care about the contract anymore. I'll figure it out later. I don't care about the agreement I made with my partners. Screw them. I will push it to success.
Yeah.
Is the success worth it? Is it worth betraying people?
Yeah.
Just to
Backstabbing people.
succeed?
Yeah.
I mean, the McDonald's I had earlier today would probably say yeah.
Oh, I'm sure the brothers that originally made McDonald's would not be happy with like the way that the McDonald's is made now compared to what their original intention was.
True.
It's pretty crazy, the difference. But that's all fast food. That's everything.
Right. Yeah. That's where you start dropping your quality standards too. And just,
Right.
You're taking shortcuts to make a buck, which, as entrepreneurs here, we want to have great quality and great experience with a lot of people we meet. And that's where it's more of a lasting experience for someone, because then that's how people spread the word and knowledge of your business as well and say, hey, I had a great time with Captain Austin and his rescue team. They did a great job, and so on and so forth. So,
It fills a need, though. I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing wrong with making a more cheap product or, filling a specific need. There's a difference between McDonald's and Beverly's for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You have to know. There's a lot that goes into like my business, and like it would be hard pressed to, especially in the industry and like the market that we're in up here. It's not like where you have the business and you're on the coast, because like a lot of businesses that are like mine are on the coast, and they have more year-round season than I do. And then you also have the raising cost of, gas, and the raising, you have the on-water cost of fuel. Like they usually mark it up $1 or $2 or more sometimes than it is on land. And so there's a lot of money involved, and you have the hours and everything on your engine and stuff like that. So it's for you to even do it cheaper. How are you, even if it was $100 more or less than an hour, you're still like, between an insurance cost and everything else, like you're not really, you might be breaking even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain level of value it just has to stay at. Otherwise, you're running the whole thing at a loss.
Yeah.
And it's not like you guys got in the business to become millionaires. But
No, it's not like we're breaking the bank and going crazy. We're not. It does all right, but it's not like,
what does growth look like for a company like yours? Like to make more money without just raising prices.
I could potentially franchise the business, maybe, or working with different companies, potentially. Ideas, but
Just like a larger fleet.
larger fleet, and then being able to like have, like I think I mentioned it on another podcast, where I have captains that are on other lakes.
And I could see how if you like franchise out to the coast, like you were saying, a lot more business out there, and a lot of fisheries are west to east coast, go up to Alaska, and it's your seasons, and it's going to be a rough ride to a point.
When you get into certain territories, we call them territories in our line of work. When you come into somebody else's territory, they do get very combative, and like they feel threatened, and so
With marine rescue?
no, just like with the stuff that the industry that we're in, like usually a lot of towboat companies will they don't like someone coming into their territory. It's not, usually when someone has a territory, they have their territory. Mm-hmm. Obviously there's companies out there that, are franchises of a different corporate company that do that, and they usually can sell their territory. But usually when you have that territory, you're locked in.
Yeah.
Unless you sell it.
Oh, one of my takeaways from the meeting was deciding what I wanted. Like I talked about, like getting the best possible scenario for myself, and I feel like it's a specific decision that has to be made, and that not everyone can win. Not everyone can have the best possible outcome. So selfish or not, if you want that for yourself, you have to decide that you deserve it and decide what you're willing to do to achieve it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Honestly, like I feel if you have the ambition and literally the fire, and if it's burning like really red hot, you can make that dream become a reality, honestly. And you have to look at other businesses that are doing something that's very similar to you and kind of model after them and see where you can make improvements to become more efficient and reach your goal or even surpass it too.
How do you cope with the fact that if you do fight for it and get it, you're taking it from someone else? Should that bother you?
Rip Bozo.
Huh?
Fuck him.
Oh,
You did a better job. Good job.
yeah.
Essentially, it's such a dog-eat-dog world that the feeling of guilt shouldn't be there. And if you're trying to create a product that other people have, but you were able to make the quality better or, find some way to even upgrade it, then hey, go for it, And look at a lot of businesses. They all had to start somewhere, and everyone is still going to be competing to this very day. So I feel like guilt is kind of out of the equation.
Right.
So
Because if you're able to achieve, you should be proud of that.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see both sides of it, being the guilt, but also, like I've dealt with numerous of other competitors that have come into my territory and I've dealt with them, and usually, just because customer service is usually better and we have different things that we supersede and exceed on.
Yeah.
And connections, and we have that rapport. But then at the same time, like, sure, the human inside you, obviously, you're like, okay, well, but then at the same time, you got to think like, well, they're the ones that came in and tried.
Right.
But like, they obviously wanted to give it a shot, but they also didn't respect you as a.
Do you think there's a place for being a good sport if someone beats you out in a bid, or if someone chooses somebody else instead of you? I mean, it's different when you kind of have your area, and it's an unspoken rule not to take business from this because it's your area. But, just in general, because everyone has a competitor out there.
Yeah.
And
I think in my area where a lot of it is collectibles, like, yeah, pipes are functional, but, people will collect up to like 200 pipes and they're not smoking all of them every day or every week.
yeah.
Or every month for that matter. So it's like, yeah, if they didn't buy my pipe that week, they'll probably buy it at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're able to be mass manufactured to a degree. So it's like, okay, cool. Someone else will take it.
Yeah.
What do you think we should suggest to people if they miss out on a good opportunity? Like, if a person tries their hardest and like sets that goal and then just loses the bid, like that doesn't get that job, what's the best way to bounce back from that? Or what should a person do in that situation?
Look to see where they failed. I mean, to see where they could have done better. What could they have done something else or moved things, or or maybe that bid wasn't for them. It wasn't meant to be. So
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. I mean, sometimes, like, my dad and I are partners in the business, and sometimes I get excited for a job. We get a call for like a boat sinking or something like that. Sometimes even if it's not in the same state, because we've gotten calls for ones that are out of the state. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to get this job. And then we kind of think about it and we're like, well, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not meant to be. But at the same time, it's also a seasonal business. So we're like, well, hopefully we have another one come up or something, or, something else come up.
Yeah. I feel like when, like, I take it really seriously. Like if we lose a client, like an existing client, or if we didn't get something, you can't beat yourself up over it, because what's done is done. You got to move on and focus on the next thing. But if I've said before, I have no tolerance for useless pain. So if there's pain of losing out on a job, or there's pain of losing out on the client, I damn well will learn a lesson from it. Yeah. I want to know exactly where communication broke down, or I want to know exactly what their I will ask for an exit interview. I will ask them to explain it to me in full, not to get the job back or get the client back, but just so I understand how they were feeling, so I can do better next time. Because I think that you learn way more from your failures than your successes.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that is really, really important to wrap your head around, especially when we're talking about what you do to succeed, how far you're willing to go. Because if you put everything into it, if you push as hard as you can, if you roll the dice to get something and you don't, it can be earth-shattering. So if you're going to feel all of that frustration and pain and exhaustion and just anger, you better learn from it.
Yeah.
And that way it doesn't happen again, or you're better informed for next time. That would be my advice.
Yeah. I'd advise a bottle of whiskey as well.
Bottle of whiskey helps a lot. Yeah. Maybe a good cigar.
Yeah, a good cigar too, yeah.
Good pipe, yeah.
If you can't tell, this is
self-reflection, for sure.
True.
Over whiskey and a cigar.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, even like after some of my roughest days, I'll come into the racketeer just for a cigar and a beer, or even a root beer, and it's my time to kind of self-reflect where I can improve on certain things, where I went wrong within, my customer basis of seeing, hey, I tried offering this, but I got a lot of pushback and essentially the no. And that knows to where I can see where I can angle things out differently, and, where I can change any approach. But, failure and a closed door is always the greatest thing, because you'll have another opportunity to see if this new way of going about it will succeed.
Well, I think fully embracing that too, instead of it just being like a coping mechanism, because a person can say that all day long, but if they're actually still so stuck on it and mad and still focused on the past or something that didn't go right, and they're not able to actually like train themselves to be like, check that box, move on. Like my biggest thing when someone comes to me with seeking advice or not, just to complain, is I always just come back with, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, because that's really all that matters. I get that you're mad. I get that you're feeling frustrated right now. I get that person, intentionally or not, said something that frustrated you, or you feel like you're being put down, or you feel like blah, 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 blah. But what are you going to do about it? Is there something you can do about it?
Yeah.
Like, can you do something about it? If not, then forget about it.
Exactly.
Like, have you learned from it? If you can, do. If you can't, move on. What's the point? Like, yeah. And not everyone can function at that level. Some people need more time to sit there and ruminate, but don't waste time. Give yourself enough time to feel what you need to feel, but then figure out what you're going to do about it, because otherwise you're just wasting it. I mean, if you really needed that opportunity to pan out, well, you better go out and find like 3 more opportunities to replace it, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's a universal thing, whether it be, I mean, fill in the blank, right?
Yeah. Well, and a fun part too with like entrepreneurship, like you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable position as well to get all this experience. And, you know, in my past, I found it where comfort left me stagnant. And like the example that I'll put out is, you know, I had changed high schools my last year, and I did something out of my comfort zone, which was joining the Future Farmers of America and doing something that I was not really into or knowledgeable about. And that uncomfort really drove things into play, and I found the passion and drive for being in agriculture. And, you know, it brought me to a different state of mind, being more positive about things, but also getting to learn. Like, I did dairy cattle judging. I had a bunch of failures put in my face, essentially, losing competitions, not getting the belt buckle or the ribbon. And last competition in high school for state, my team placed second. And I continued through college and felt the same thing. And I was like, I need to improve. I need to see things in a different light. And, you know, the fruits of my labor showed.
Yeah.
And it was just phenomenal. And I made great memories, but also met a lot of people too.
Right.
And being an entrepreneur, you're meeting so many different people of different backgrounds as well. And they can give you as much wisdom as they can, and you can take bits and pieces and see how it can function into your own operation.
Right.
So,
Well, I think striving to be the best is a really huge thing. I always bring up this example that back when I used to work at Beverly's, soufflés fucking suck to make, okay? It sucks. It really sucks. Have any of you ever made a souffle?
no.
Nope.
My God. Okay. So first you got to make the souffle base, and then you have to have you have to make a bunch of egg whites just so they're ready. And you have all that prepared, and then a souffle order comes in. Now you need to whip the egg whites until there's enough air packed into it, and you have to mix the base and the flavoring in a separate bowl. Then you have to fold it in without pushing the air out of the egg whites, because if you do that, it's not going to rise. The air that's in the egg whites is why the souffle rises. So you just sit there and you fold it and you fold it and you fold it, and you realize that these things take 10 minutes to cook, like to bake in their little convention oven. The person who ordered it just got the order for the dessert, which means that the dinner's almost done. So this needs to happen fast. But if you mess it up, it won't work. Then you take the little ramekin and you spray it and you put sugar into it and you take the sugar off, and then because that's what holds it in the bowl. Otherwise it'll like totally just come out everywhere, or it will not rise because it'll stick, right? Then you put it in, not too much, or you'll push the air out of the new thing you just made. You put it in there, and now you have to wipe the sugar off the edge, because the sugar will make it so it will stick to the top and not come out. It won't rise.
Interesting.
Then you put it in the oven, and you have exactly 10 minutes. And if you've made it right, it will rise about like that much out of the bowl from the air inside the egg whites. But now's the fun part. If it stays in there longer than 10 minutes, it'll start to burn and it will fall. As soon as you take it out, it no longer has the heat. It starts to fall. It will fall if you didn't mix it right and you have a big thing of white, and it will taste bad. If you've pressed the air out, it will fall. If you take it out too fast, it'll fall. So we're talking like super high stress, and it has to be done exactly the perfect way. And now that it's out of the oven, you don't pull it out until the server's there. If the server's not there, it's going to start falling from the heat because it starts to burn. So you have to find the server in the middle of the entire restaurant that needs to take the one thing. You take it out. It's burning hot, so you have to balance it on top of a spatula, slowly bring it down, put it on the plate you've pre-prepared with the sauce, and then you take, the pow, the powdered sugar, pow, and then you bring it up and you hand it to the server that's hopefully there, because if they're not, it's falling now, or it's falling in the oven. No matter what, you're primed for failure. It sucked, and it was stressful, and
You're just stressing me out
really
just talking
sucked.
about it.
Yeah. I'm already tensing up.
I see why these are hyper grandma activities.
Oh yes, grandmas love it.
I'll stick to hot pot.
But what I did, because I sucked so bad at making those, and it was terrifying to me, and I'd always try to pass the buck because I did not want to do it, because what if I fail? What I started to do is every time it was slow, I started experimenting with my own recipes for soufflés, making them on my own. I made like a Kahlua coffee one. I made like a tropical one with coconut on top. They had like 3 main flavors, but I started trying the different liqueur and the different things because the alcohol bakes off, but it adds the flavor, the aroma of the liqueur. And then my soufflés got so good, they started adding them to the menus as a weekly run thing, because I was making these soufflés and trying these recipes, and I'd have the head chef taste it, and because I was practicing, so I'd get good at them. My soufflés were always the tallest. They were perfectly made because I just made so many that I couldn't fail anymore. My cohort, the one that became a chef the same time I did out of the dish pit, what he would do is he would leave a big old lump on top instead of making it totally flat. That way it looked big, but it was a knob of uncooked just grossness that they'd have to break through. So all of his looked bigger than mine because they're this disformed knob of uncooked flavored BS.
Ouch.
Mine were the same height as his, but mine was all natural and had risen because of the air and the stuff. And he hated that I had soufflés of the week because everyone ordered them. They were unique and cool. He'd always bitch at me because I added more work for him because he had to actually make the things that I was creating. But I feel like that's a pretty cool example of just like, I suck at this, so I'm going to get mad and make myself better at it.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes to learn, to teach myself to be better at it, because I'm not naturally a good cook. I kind of suck. I had to work so hard just to be passable. So I gamified it. And that's something I brought up at the meeting. You have to trick yourself into being good at whatever you're not good at. You have to set yourself goals, identify your failures, and realize there's no excuses. We're adults now. That I'm going to bring up something else. Like, people come to me with they have bad behaviors, or they have bad thoughts, or they have all this stuff, these reasons they do things because of trauma from the past. And it sucks that happened to them. It really does, but it's too late. The past happened. I don't care what trauma you have. It's no excuse to not better yourself right now.
Yeah. No excuse.
That sucks, but that's the reality of life. Because once you're an adult, it's now your responsibility to learn from what happened to you and heal. Because no one can heal for you. Someone abused you. Someone did something shitty. Something terrible happened to you. A lot of people have been through that. And I empathize with them. But at the point of adulthood, they can't be helped. It happened.
Yep.
So is that going to define you for the rest of your life? Or are you going to make a decision right now that you're going to do whatever it takes to heal from it?
Yep.
You have to get mad at not what happened, but where you are and what you're going to do about it. That's why I always say, what are you going to do about it? And I ask myself that, because I can get all mad and
Flustered.
pouting in a corner, but what am I going to do about it? Have I done it? Okay, I got
Move
more
forward.
important shit going on. I have to move,
Go, go, go.
Well, and the thing is, too, with those past traumas, it can actually empower a person as well. And you're right, it really makes or breaks a person. Like, we've all gone through stuff, but as older men, our traumatic past has really built us up to who we are. It defines what we've done and why we have the drive and gumption to really move forward. We're like sharks in the water. As soon as we stop swimming, we're dead.
I've got the next t-shirt. It's not trauma, it's character development.
Exactly. It really is, honestly. And, people will see the growth within you, and they're like, you were like this, last year, but you're at this level. What changed? And it's like, I didn't focus on the past. I let it help me do self-reflection to see where I can get better and to where I want to be, essentially. So.
Absolutely.
I'm texting you that way you don't forget.
It's not trauma. It's character development.
Don't you
That's
gotta
so
put a
true,
shark
though.
on the shirt too. You know.
Yeah.
Achieve main character syndrome. That's why you're
Achievement
so
unlocked.
fruity.
Achievement unlocked.
Oh man.
No, I just think that's it was ingrained in the topic, but we didn't really talk about that much in the group. That no excuses.
Yeah.
You're either moving forward or backward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's what defines you.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big deal. Like, and that's the thing is, we talk about a lot of things to help people. We talk about things we've done to help ourselves, but it's really up to each individual person. Like, what do you want?
Exactly.
Or do you want to win? Do you want to fight? Do you want to achieve?
Come up on top.
Mm-hmm.
What are you willing to do for it?
It's literally your own Rocky story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
without
Cue the music.
drawings.
Yeah. I mean, with the power of YouTube, we can have our own 80s montage music. So
I know, right?
No excuses.
We've talked about doing like little spoofy like trailer video things. That'd be like a montage or something.
It would be a lot
fun.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Does anyone have any other thoughts on this topic from the meeting? You want to consult the notes?
Yeah.
I'm a note taker at heart, and I was always the one in class
I
taking more
appreciate it.
notes
I'm like, oh
than
my
a lot.
God, someone's taking notes.
I tried. I got lazy, man.
My notes are all up here.
Yeah. It's like,
But then
I
they're
never
gone.
remember it. They're gone immediately. I have to plan the next meeting. I don't have time for that. Until I get here, I'm like, oh, shoot. What was that about again?
Oh, right. And then you called literally like 30 minutes later, like, what was the topic?
No
I
one else
announced?
remembered, though. No one else remembered. It took forever to figure it out.
I mean, it's like in school. It's like, you hear the teacher say, next time we're talking about this. And it's like, cool, I'll start remembering it next class.
Right.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I was focused on, you mentioned something along the lines of the motivation when someone says you'll never achieve your dreams or anything like that.
Yeah.
I never had anyone say that to me. Do any of you guys want to be my first?
Your first.
In the comments below, tell him he'll never achieve his dreams, please.
I beg you.
Yeah.
The online comments
Roast the hell out
super
of him.
helpful. He's asked you to rate him and berate him.
I'm
Bring
happy
it
to give
on.
engagement.
All 10 of you. Just
Maybe let's
lay
give it
into
some more engagement. Yeah.
Whoa, 10 people? That's too much at one time.
Try to taper it out. And you can come back for seconds if you want. My friend Sam needs some trauma to overcome.
Some sort of gangbang or something.
Oh gosh, let's just do the whole Bruce Wayne like drama right there, and then boom, done. Oh man. But one thing that I really liked during the meeting, and it was to motivate yourself, is to train yourself to check off the list and being the best employee you can, because you are, patient zero essentially.
That sounds like Brad talking.
And I think it was Brad that was talking about it. And, you are patient zero, and you got to figure this out by yourself, essentially. And as soon as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you have to start training other people to be the best, to make sure that they don't take those shortcuts, because you want to focus on what your business, has to give.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start having employees that start cutting those corners, you start seeing it, and it's like, okay, we need to reevaluate and see how we can also motivate others
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's jogging my memory.
I have to ask, do you read books?
Okay, I used to read books like crazy, and lately I've been on the doom scroll trend. I hate it, but I'm trying to take back.
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Brian, but I'm trying to
Brian.
get back into reading more novels, and I have a friend who's an author.
We have a book club.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I do have a friend that's an author, and he's been giving me books, and and I've been needing to read them, and I don't want to feel the need to read them. I want to have that drive to want.
Yeah. That's the thing about
And-
like hiring somebody, because you want to make sure that they have that same drive you do, or at least somewhat close. Because like to succeed you or to be an employee, because that way you can have the business run for itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, you know, to all the employees out there, or just the people doing their own thing, running their own businesses, you should be determined to do it the right way, the best way.
Exactly.
Because what's the point in doing it if you aren't applying everything you know to make it the most efficient way of doing something?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be the standard in your company, or for your own standards. It's like, I tell that to my daughter. I'm like, why would you do it if you aren't trying your absolute hardest?
Mm-hmm.
You could be the best in the class. Why aren't you?
Yeah.
If you're not, that's fine. But I make her excited about it. I make it an exciting opportunity, a goal to strive for.
Right.
Exactly.
Instead of like some parents that are just like punishing the kid for not
Being
the
better,
best.
being the best. Yeah.
I say, man, you're really smart. So like just the other day, she's like, I really want to show you something, Dad. These times tables, this one and this one, a week ago, I kept missing like half of them. I got all of them perfect in the time amount. And she actually came to me and said, I really want to show you something. I'm really excited about it. And I'm like, yes. Yes.
She's, how old is she? 8, 9?
She's 10.
10.
So I'm proud of her. She's embracing that. And that's it. If you can learn those mindsets early and like start just setting goals for yourself and just pursuing being the best you, because we're all good at certain things. None of us are perfect, and that's part of the beauty of it. And as soon as you perfect one thing, this over here you've neglected and now it's on fire and you have to get over there and fix that. No matter what, life is constant pain, but there's good stuff in it, you know.
Through that pain, it's a lot of learning, honestly. And, you know,
Yeah.
to anyone that owns a business or employees, like, you're going to run into burnout quite frequently.
Yep.
But the thing is if you still have that drive and passion for it, it's going to reignite the fire, and you're going to, you know, pick your boots up and say, all right, we're going to go at it again and keep trying and trying and trying. You know?
Do whatever you can to get inspired and get excited.
You got to persevere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And make sure to have that balance too. Like, you know, Travis, like you were saying, you try and perfect one thing, but as soon as that neglect for that other part, it's literally a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that perfect balance and making sure that things maintain at, you know, optimal, or just being optimal about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and give yourself time to get off the clock,
He said the line.
We're never off
He
the
said
clock.
the line.
because like you said, like as you're pursuing something over here, something is always going to not be your primary focus. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to give yourself time. You have to allow yourself to relax sometimes, even if that is like an hour-long cigar and
What is
whiskey with
that?
somebody.
What's relaxing?
Right.
But also it's hard because you don't put that on yourself too hard either, because you shouldn't feel guilty for not relaxing.
Yeah.
Because even when I'm relaxing, I'm working on something. Like even before coming here, I was posting the next 2 events and coming up with that over there, and I just came from up here, and you know, but I like it. I love it. This is fun for me. Doing these and the group and all the other business stuff, like it's fun. And you have to enjoy, like if you can get into a job that you enjoy, that you can shuffle around enough that you can take little micro breaks, or even parts of your job is the break from the parts that are hard, then, you know, it's like the best scenario. So
Yeah. And sometimes it's the simplest things like that too, but even so, like at work too, I will get out of my desk and take a walk to my warehouse. And just that little walk.
you live in your desk.
Well, okay, I live
I
at
just
my
pictured
desk,
a desk kind of opening and you come out.
Okay, ironically, I will say
Yeah.
I got a new chair that is very ergonomic, and I can literally recline. It has, like, you know,
And the desk just kind of consumes you.
you know, yeah.
Dark despair of the desk.
I crawl out of my desk.
Sometimes I do, and you know, I get up, and that little walk from the office to the warehouse, and that little bit of sunshine, it's just like
Therapeutic.
yeah, it's very therapeutic getting the vitamin D there, you know, and it can look different for everyone, even grabbing, you know, a simple cup of coffee. And it's just like that first sip, you're just like, you smell it and it's just like pure bliss. You know, a lot of people in the blue collar realm, we all joke around that the first 3,000 milligrams of caffeine and one little rogue nicotine pouch really makes or breaks the day. I have been there, you know, and
Yeah.
but you know, off of that sidetrack, just enjoy the simple things too, no matter how big or how small it is. Even having a cigar that lasts 3 to 4 hours, like the extremely pissed off Christoph. So, you know.
Sponsored.
True.
Actually, that would be nice.
That'd be fun.
They're available at the Racketeer Lounge over in Post Falls, Idaho.
For only $13.95.
Yes, with tax.
True. 6% tax, but that's
Lots of tax.
And tip.
For Idaho tobacco.
Tip your tobacconist.
true.
I like that point. I really do. Something I've noticed is society is starting to recognize that a little bit, because like shifts through society and how we treat our workers or how we treat our kids or how our whole perspective on the work day or the grind. That I was impressed a few years ago that, and some people won't be a fan of this, I thought it was great, is like the teacher had like a corner in the classroom, like a quiet corner type thing, where if a kid was like getting overwhelmed or was getting frustrated or having a thing, it wasn't just instant punishment. It was like, and it wasn't go stare at the wall with the dunce cap, like some of the old school cartoons and stuff. It was like, hey, why don't you go
Relax for a minute.
to take a time to just chill and sort it out and come back and talk to me about it, because I like that, because that's my parenting style. It's like, if you are not able to speak to me about what's going on, go think about it for a minute and come back. Like that itself is a great coping mechanism in life, you know.
Yeah,
or
it's like-
even like sensory things, like the kids are obsessed with fidget spinners and stuff like that, or just stuff that kind of that they can squeeze or even like chew on and stuff. It's like adding that stuff into a normality in society. I don't think it's a bad thing, because it's like accepting that it's a stressful place to be in America right now.
Yeah.
And these kids are feeling the stress too already. And the adults are expected to buck up and get over it. But you, in the pursuit of the grind, like find the things that you're able to do to make it tolerable so you can push even harder.
Exactly.
Whether that's tricking yourself into becoming extra excited about it or angry about it, or however you need to feel it to pursue your dreams and push hard. I like that that's part of society now, taking the little break, like thinking about it before you speak. And I just know someone's going to comment, oh, that's some woke bullshit. But I'm like, seriously, that's good. It's good.
The generation that's annoyed by that is also the generation that needs cigarette breaks during the workday. So it's
Right.
like, you're hypocrites.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's really, really good for society to acknowledge, like, take a chill pill. You're expected to come back and do your work, but take a minute to figure it out. Especially like, she's 7 or 8. I forget how old she was. It's like, that's awesome. I'm going to email the school right now. Thank you. Because that's actually informed, smart things to be teaching these kids.
Yeah.
They need to be able to communicate at this age already. They need to sort it out if they're overwhelmed. And the teacher's going to have a backbone and not just let them throw a fit, but make them sit and think about it and then come back. Awesome. So, yeah, it's just a random tangent, but
No, but it's great, because the next generation needs those good habits to really have that growth in life too, which is going to affect not just our livelihood, but their livelihood and the next generation's livelihood as well.
yeah.
You know, like I'm sure, like Sam mentioned, the folks that took the cigarette breaks, I was a part of that group, and I found ways to get out of that coping mechanism and do something a little different to improve my day, you know. And something I feel like kids should get, and adults too, is celebrate the small wins. That really has helped me out too. In a sales meeting, we go through our wins, and some of mine are just simply like, hey, I got to know my customer more and it was amazing. And we were able to get further into the conversation of just pre-planning, hey, you know, what's the next step essentially. And I had a win quite yesterday, and it was just getting a deal out that benefited my customer and I. And I was like, this is kind of an odd feeling. Like, I loved it, and I've been trying to work with this customer for quite some time since he's pretty green, but finally made the deal, and boom, I was happier than a clam. No pun intended with being in the seafood industry, but you know.
It's kind of fishy.
I have another comment. I used to work at the Navy base up in Bayview. Not gonna say names, but a lot of the guys that I used to work with, I'd say 80% of the workforce up there is ex-military, and so they have their egos, and sometimes it's hard to work with those people up there. But it's kind of funny because like they'll get frustrated, they'll say stuff, but they won't like say why. They won't like sometimes I feel like they're just very childish. Like they're too prideful. But talk to me. What's going on? Did I do something wrong? There's something we could do better. You know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe they didn't have that time where they could go sit in the corner for a minute and think about what they thought and then come back and tell you how they felt, right, or why what could be done, you know, better or whatever.
Yeah. And, you know, there's two thoughts about it too. Like, you know, when you're in the armed forces, it's like you're there to, in training, it's like you're there to be a badass, kick ass, and take names. So it's kind of hard to gravitate in that way of like, you know, hey, let me do some self-reflection. But I feel like they're getting to that point where it's like, okay, we actually need this. But, you know, it's a give or take with everyone.
Yeah.
So.
I was talking to my daughter the other day, and she said like something about sometimes people just say mean things to her. And then I told her, well, that's their problem for one. But for two, if someone ever does that to you, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, you just like look them in the eye and say, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're expecting your reaction. They're expecting you to get all mad or to insult them back so they have a reason to fight back and be terrible. Yeah. But if you genuinely are like, because there's no reason to just insult someone or try to be mean to them or terrible to them or whatever. If you just make eye contact and you're like, are you okay? Like genuinely. Yeah. It takes all the wind out of their sails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why?
Not great even.
You know? And I told her, like, just do that. Like, and then if they still have a problem, then just walk away. Like, I learned that, like, middle school, you know? Like, I treat everyone with respect. I'm a nice guy. I do what I do, right? There's no reason why a person shouldn't like me.
Yeah.
Then if they don't, that's their problem.
Exactly.
You can't control other people. You can't control their feelings or what they're going through or whatever. You can try to help, but that's about as far as it's your responsibility for other people's emotions. You just gotta fuck off, you know?
This is Travis' third F-bomb.
I know, right? Brian's not here. I'm sorry for fans of the show that subscribe because of Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a limit of 6 F-bombs.
When it's this group in particular.
Yeah.
It's like
we're going to rank
Yeah,
them.
when we get into Brian territory, it gets interesting.
Ooh.
Same with Nathan too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, we're at a loss for one-liners, and I've only heard of like one book mentioned this whole time. It's
It's not the same. That's why I showed up on the podcast, so I wouldn't have to watch it.
yeah, you lived it. You don't have to watch it now.
Well,
I think our viewership's going to go down without Brian watching it 5 times.
oh man.
We're only going to have 5 viewers now.
Well, okay.
That's less people to berate me.
Ironically, you say that, but what's funny is like, you know, you'd asked me to join the podcast, and I was actually really excited, and I was like, I should send this out to my friends and just see what they think, because a lot of them, some of them are already self-made.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they're able to look back at their steps, then it's like they can also help inspire others. And there's some of my friends that are in Sam and I's case where we want to start something and build it to where we can have that freedom and go from there.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll learn something from the podcast or come visit us at Off the Clock sometime.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that is the coolest thing about this is I love that in the meetings it's like a think tank, and then we bring it here to the podcast, you know, and really get a chance to formally share it with the world, all 10 of you.
Exactly.
Tens of views.
Yeah. Well, and the fun part too, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know too. Like, I wouldn't have met Travis if my buddy Mike didn't introduce me to Travis. And
at the Racketeer Lounge.
At the Racketeer Lounge, the most swanky and debonair place to smoke a cigar. You know, and what's cool about, you know, the Racketeer is like they have a great business. They're focused on you. Essentially, and making the experience great. Like, I love when Dutch plays big band music. It brings me to a great time, and I just think about musicality a lot. And they make wonderful suggestions on, hey, what are you feeling today, kind of a thing. Or, hey,
all those times you had back in the 40s.
Yeah, you know, I was just secretly making moonshine and running it in my Model T Ford, but you know.
You know, there's Model T Fords on the bottom of the lake in Coeur d'Alene.
Seriously? Do you think you could grab one for me and then I can just restore it and then we can sell it and I'll just share the profits with you?
Okay. I'll think about it.
Hey, it's the best off-roading vehicle, and look at the flex too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is very off-road, very in water.
All right. What do you guys say we wrap?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And then go grab dinner.
Or cigars and whiskey.
Yes.
Or both.
I'm grabbing Chinese.
Thai Bamboo CDA. Do there.
Oh, I've had them. Yeah, they're good.
Not a sponsor yet.
True. Or we could go grab sushi at Syringa or Kaiju.
I had Syringa 2 nights ago.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to call it. I don't think anyone has any finishing thoughts. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.